What's up, guys? Chris over here at Cover 7. We got another good one Saturday, a Big Ten matchup. We got Michigan going on the road here to Southern Cal. Hey, just real quick again, guys, I want to say thank you for all the likes, comments, the subscriptions. It goes a long way on a small channel like mine. I can't thank you enough. So with that being said, what I like to do on these videos, guys, is more of a preview and prediction type of thing. I'll go through both teams, and at the end, I'll let you know who I think's going to win. Give you my unbiased opinion. Again, I feel like I got to say this before every video anymore. I have no skin in this game. I'm not a Michigan homer. I'm not a USC homer by any means. I'm a Nebraska Cornhusker fan, which has been pitiful for about the last 15 to 20 years. So we'll get that out the way and we'll dig into it here. Let's talk about Michigan, who Nebraska actually lost to a couple weeks ago. It was a pretty good game, but Michigan on the season, they're 4-1. Only loss was, I believe, in week 2 to Oklahoma. I watched that whole game. That was actually a pretty good game, back and forth defensive game. Michigan just lacked the big plays in that game, to be completely honest with you. Oklahoma now does have a really, really good defense. But Michigan, in my opinion, has improved offensively since that game. Let's start with quarterback Bryce Underwood. He's 77 of 130. He's got over 1,000 yards on the year. Here's the problem, 59.2% completion percentage, so not great there. 3 touchdowns and 1 INT. Now, like I mentioned, the accuracy has been a little bit of an issue. He is also a true freshman, so I've seen that before, especially with my quarterback Dylan Raiola last year, DJ Lagway. There's plenty out there. You're going to have the peaks and valleys with the freshman quarterback. Also, this is not all his fault. One thing I did notice about Michigan, they dropped the football. The wide receivers have really struggled this season to catch the ball. Even against Nebraska, they dropped, I think 3 or 4 big pass plays in that game. Would have helped Underwood out a ton. At running back, though, this dude's no scrub. Justice Haynes, dude. This guy, in my opinion, is either number 1 or number 2 in the country. Him or Ahmed Hardy from Missouri, in my opinion, the best running backs in the country. All this guy does is rush for over 100 yards in his sleep. He's got 85 carries for 654 yards. That's 7.7 yards per carry and 8 touchdowns. That is ridiculous. 7.5 yards per carry for Haynes on the season. The backup, no scrub either, Jordan Marshall. He's averaging just north of 5 yards per carry as well on the season. Like I said, the receiver core, the pass catchers, I have a little concern. I have a little bit of a concern about these guys. Like I said, the drops have really plagued Michigan this year in the passing game. McCauley and Morgan, both these guys got 4 drops on the year. Michigan I think, leads the country in drop passes or is super close. They got 14 total drops on the year as a unit. They got to clean that up going forward, especially here against USC, who can put up some points. On the defensive side of the ball, look, one thing we know, and I feel like I say this or think about it every time I think about Michigan football, especially in my 30-plus years of watching football, Michigan has always had an elite defense. Nothing changes there. Great defense year in, year out, especially in my lifetime. So the ranks on the season, they rank 18th in total defense, 7th against the run, 59th against the pass. They are 13th in sacks with 15 on the year. Jay-Sean Barnum, this guy, if you haven't seen this dude play, this guy is a monster. He can get to the quarterback. He destroyed my Huskers single-handedly a couple weeks ago, dude. So he is in my opinion, a lottery pick in this year's NFL draft. Dude's a monster. Let's talk about USC, right? A team that I'll be completely honest with you guys, I haven't watched a ton of this season. I watched a little bit of the Illinois game. And speaking of which, that is their only loss on the year. They lost 34-32 on a last-second field goal. The offense, Jaden Mayava. This guy, pretty good player. I watched him last year pick apart Nebraska. The numbers are pretty good here. He's got over 1,500 yards, a 70.5 completion rate, 11 touchdowns, and just 1 INT. Turnovers were kind of the issue the past couple of seasons with this kid. Not this year. He's actually not turning the ball over and looking pretty good back there. Like I said, completing 70% of your passes is no easy joke in college football. But then again, this should be pretty much a known fact, right? Lincoln Riley offenses, you always got some elite Heisman-type quarterback. That's just what we've seen in the past, and I expect nothing different out of this kid. The running back, Wayman Jordan, is having a pretty good year as well. He's definitely the lead back. He's got 77 carries, 537 yards. He's also averaging 7 yards per carry, so pretty impressive there as well. He's also got, like I said, 5 touchdowns on the year. So the wide receiver group, always good at USC. I mean, it goes hand in hand with the quarterback, right? Makai Lemon, dude, this dude is a stud. I don't think he gets talked about enough. This guy's got 35 catches on the year, which is a shit ton already through what, 5 games. Almost 600 yards and 5 scores. Jacoby Lane, he's another guy. He's averaging almost 23 yards per catch, which is pretty damn crazy in of itself. Like I said, I've never had any issues with the offense of USC, right? You guys know me, or if you've listened to me talk about USC at all this season or the offseason, look, I'm not a huge fan of Lincoln Riley. I think he's an elite offensive mind, but on the other side, it's just like he doesn't care about defense. I've seen this with him dating all the way back to his days at Oklahoma. And that's the problem, defensively with USC year in, year out, why they can't make the playoffs, why they can't win, the Big Ten or the Pac-12 in previous years. They struggle defensively. They're 68th in the country in total defense, which is okay, fine. 29th against the run, not bad at all. But my God, do they suck against the pass. They are 109th in the country in passing yards allowed. There is only 138, I think, or 134 teams in D1 this season. But I will give their defense credit here. They do get to the quarterback. They got 17 sacks on the year, which is great. That's 7th in the country. So there is a positive there. They have to get better if they want to compete for a Big Ten title this year or make a push for the playoffs. Let's just be honest. With all that being said, guys, this is kind of a tough game to pick, in my opinion. Michigan going on the road here. They had how many games at home now? Both teams are polar opposites, in my opinion, when you look at this matchup on paper, especially. One team has a mediocre offense, but an elite defense. The other has a really good offense, but a mid to average defense. Look, this comes down to me. I'm going to take the better team with a better defense here in Michigan. I actually think Michigan probably should be favored in this game. To me, they've played a little bit tougher competition. I also think Michigan is going to eventually get the offense going. I like I said, Haynes is the best back in the country, or second best. I don't care where you want to rank him. He is really, really good and will be playing on Sundays. I'm going to take him every single day there. I give him the edge on that on the offensive side. I get USC is going to put up points. They are going to move the ball here, but I don't think they faced a defense quite like Michigan's, to be completely honest with you. I've been very impressed with them, especially since they played Nebraska. They actually did a decent job against Oklahoma. Offense didn't help him out much in that game, other than Haynes' what do you have, like a 75-yard run. By the way, this guy has like 3 or 4, I swear, 60-yard runs or more this season. It'll be interesting here how that plays out, because I do expect him to have a big game here, since USC does struggle on defense. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to take Michigan in a close one, probably a 24-21 type of game, 27-24 type of game. I do think it's close here, but I lean Michigan. So with that being said, guys, thank you for all the support. Like I keep mentioning, it goes a long ways. I just got over 100 subscribers. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I started this channel just over 3 weeks ago. So it means a lot, guys. Until then, we'll see you next time.